Internal Thoracic Artery. 9 questions and answers. Does the internal thoracic artery arise from the subclavian artery? Yes, the internal thoracic artery arises from the subclavian artery. Does the internal thoracic artery travel downward after arising from the subclavian artery? Yes, the internal thoracic artery travels downward after arising from the subclavian artery. Does the internal thoracic artery travel downward on the inside of the ribcage? Yes, the internal thoracic artery travels downward on the inside of the ribcage. Is the internal thoracic artery accompanied by the internal thoracic vein? Yes, the internal thoracic artery is accompanied by the internal thoracic vein. Does the internal thoracic artery travel deep to the internal intercostal muscles? Yes, the internal thoracic artery travels deep to the internal intercostal muscles. Does the internal thoracic artery divide? Yes, the internal thoracic artery divides. The internal thoracic artery divides. How many arteries result from the internal thoracic artery dividing? The internal thoracic artery divides into 2 arteries. The internal thoracic artery divides into 2 arteries. Name them. The internal thoracic artery divides into the Musculophrenic Artery and Superior Epigastric Artery. At which intercostal space does the internal thoracic artery divide into the Musculophrenic Artery and the Superior Epigastric Artery? The internal thoracic artery divides into the Musculophrenic Artery and the Superior Epigastric Artery at the 6th intercostal space.